on B4U today, we're still remote control, though I think we're getting closer to it. So as we speak, we already have some releases coming out in the theaters, and I'm so excited about that because until that happens, you don't really realize what's going on. But one of the spunkiest ladies I know, man, she's a brilliant dancer. She's super fun to hang out with. And when you say hello to her, Elli Avram, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
How you doing? How's the last year been for you, man? It's been, well, yes and no for a lot of people. Some people rediscovered the sides of their own lives and their family members and cooking and gymming and whatnot. How is it for you?
For me, it was a very special year, I must say. It was very much needed. Like you were saying, like I wouldn't say that I discovered new things about me, but what I did was I got so much of time to sit and work on a lot of things. Which normally you've not got the time, or you have not taken out time properly for that, you know? A lot of like self-healing, a lot of discoveries in the sense I've read a lot of like different type of books.
But was it frustrating at times because of the amount of time on hand?
No, not at all. It was not frustrating at all. In fact, in the beginning, it was a big freak out. Listen to each and every conspiracy theory. You know, with friends, and I'm like, dude, listen, I think
Yeah.
It was literally like that. I'm like, y'all are just gonna die, you know? Like it was, yeah. Then kind of like slowly cooled down. And then I started to look into like I was saying, I was reading more books, looking into secrets, looking into more, you know, if you look at history and you know how things are repeating themselves and things, you know, and then of course a lot of self-work also, you know, looking at myself, a lot of, like I said, self-healing, you know, a lot of meditation, lot of self-work.
That's nice, man. I mean, you know, you look a lot happier, you know, and you look more at peace with yourself. Maybe, you know, because it's always, I've seen a lot of actors, met them through Zoom in the last 6 months. They're searching. You look like you're chilled, you know, which is, yeah.
Yeah, I think this maybe, well, that's wonderful to hear actually that you're saying that. I'm happy to hear that. I think, okay, so I'll tell you the truth. Which, I mean, I know I've discussed that earlier also during lockdown when I did few interviews. 2019 for me was actually, in a way,
Wow.
in a way where it was, I think it must have been the most difficult year of my life. Because it started off great and I was already a bit exhausted in the beginning of the year because I had worked a lot back to back in 2018, that last half. I was in a space where I was like, I think I just need to go home and meet my family and just like rejuvenate myself a bit and all. And then of course, Malang came and I was like, woo, you know, I was super excited for that one. And then stepping into the character of Jessie, which was a sad yet accepting happy soul, you know. So I had to step into a character of a girl who has gone through a lot, who has, you know, but who somewhere have accepted it and is cool with it. So the underline of pain has to be there, which is, of course, that's my profession. So, of course, from your profession, you're the happy on you. But then what happened was my brother got diagnosed with brain tumor. And that just hit hard. That just hit hard because it was out of nowhere and it was happening just at a time where we were in a happy space. I'm very close to my brother. Like we speak every day. We are actually like, he's 4 years elder to me, but we are like twins. It's just, So it was a very happy space and all, and suddenly zoop, it just completely changed, you know. So then that whole year of like, you know,
Is he better now?
with God's grace, he is.
Oh, great. I'm glad. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 2019 was like in that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was so emotional, like it was draining you out so much because it came as a shock, you know, like my brother is like everything for me, you know, like my family, and that's when my questioning started towards God. That's when my whole process started, when I was like, why is this happening? Why does this happen to, you know,
good people?
Yeah, like someone like my brother who's always been in the fitness world. He's the healthiest person ever. So you start to question, you know, when people talk about destiny, when people talk about things, or, you know, all these spiritual deep questions really started to hit me a lot. And my brother, and we've been discussing it a lot. And then things was just happening, like miracles were happening. And today, me and my brother, like I was just messaging with him, and we have found, because with God's grace, he is doing well. And he himself would even tell you that I think this was meant to happen to me because it changed my life. It has just suddenly led him onto his true path of life, what he's truly meant to do in life. Discovering so many things. So it's such a blessing. And that's why when I entered in 2020 and we started the year with the good news that the latest checkup, it looks fine, it looks good.
Yeah.
Led to then more opening towards, you know, listening and finding and searching things, but from a space of happiness. And
happiness, yeah.
You know? So that is why, 2020 has been that you've just gone deeper, deeper, deeper. So I think maybe that very hard hit that happened to me 2019 happened to a lot of people in 2020.
Yeah.
That's why they're still there, what you were saying. They're still in the little, you know?
Yeah.
2020 has made me kind of like overcome it. And now I just, like I said, I just know the secret. I just found it.
And you're waiting to explode as well. I mean, like, you come out and I think there's also a period where I see a lot of artists now, they're just raring to go. It's like, you know, the first thing when the lockdown was started open, I just wanted to go to a gym. I just wanted to feel alive. I just wanted to, like, you know, sweat it out a bit and do all that. Now when you have like work coming up, professional work, are you sort of like viewing it and super happy? The song looks great, by the way. You know, it just, I like when songs are shot with scale. You're so gorgeous in it. And of course, you've got a superstar with you that, you know, you're watching the bit and you're going, the song, the lighting is perfect, the dress is perfect. A lot of it really sort of fell into place for it, you know, and you come out there and you've got Amir Khan and you just go like, okay, this is a really good start, isn't it?
Yeah, this is just such a blessing. I mean, this song also came to me last year before lockdown happened. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess it got delayed because they were looking to launch the film earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I've just been waiting to do this song. And now we did it and it's out, and the response that we are getting is just so beautiful and just warms my heart, you know. And you know what, it's quite funny. I was discussing with one of my best friends and she made me realize how, so I actually first started the year with my music video that I did called Fidai, where I have truly showcased my dancing skills. You have to watch it if you haven't watched it yet.
I should, yeah. But every time I see you, you're always one of those girls. I think when I met you first, I said, you have fantastic calf muscles. And it always looks like, you know, you have so much strength to be able to actually dance. You know, people don't understand how difficult it is to dance and how strong you need to be able to pull off a lot of the moves. And you have that strength.
You have to be super strong. And that too, even when you dance in high heels.
Yeah.
You have to be super strong, yes. It is very hard. It looks effortless, but it is a job to make it look effortless, right?
Yeah.
So what I was saying is that, you know, during the lockdown, what I was doing every day, I was actually dancing every day in my living room.
Really?
Yes, I was constantly, I had neighbors who was complaining. At night, oh my God, we have this whole society group chat. Who is playing music late at night? And when I was in my space and I did not see it, and suddenly my next door neighbors, who are just like really good friends of mine, they just like Shweta, she just came knocking. She's like, she calls me Piff, and she's like, Piff, just check the society a little bit because niche wale complain kar raha hai. Because it was lockdown, so suddenly sleeping hours, everything was like,
Yeah.
forgot the days. So it was late at night, and I'm like jumping, partying with myself, and I'm like, woo, So yeah, that used to happen. But yeah, I used to dance a lot, and it's as if after this whole lockdown, what I'm coming out with is just such wonderful dance numbers,
Oh.
It's as if, again, the law of attraction, it's as if I manifested these songs, by just doing what I love so much, so the universe just listens to you and just kind of like,
Deep conversation with Elli Avram continues right here on B4U. Don't go anywhere. You're back on B4U Star with me, Salil. Elli Avram with me in the house, and this fantastic track, Har Funn Maula, with Aamir Khan is released. It's a bit of a teaser. Interesting to have a song like this build up to Koi Jaane Na, which is the film that's going to be released a little later. But for now, Elli, thanks again for joining me. When you're watching this song, you've got Aamir Khan in there, who actually at times works very hard on his dance. He's not the most natural dancer, but works very hard. But I can't take my eyes away from you, and I'm thinking there's a lot that Elli Avram, it's been a while in the industry now. A lot of people have expected so much more. You've got you tick all the boxes, so this should work, this should work, this should work. And sometimes when it comes a little later, maybe, that wait makes it a little sweeter. Do you think that's the kind of year that you're looking forward to in 2021, where you're thinking that everything's falling into place? And, in astrology, you have that Sade Satti gets over and all that nonsense. And you suddenly say, oh my God, now you have 10 years of great luck. Have you ever checked out your charts or something to see if it's the right time for you?
It's funny you said, because you just reminded me of. So I have never checked out these things myself, but
Right.
I've had friends who've been very curious for me, and who very smartly has just asked me for my details, and they're like, oh, now you this, and I'm like, don't tell me. I don't want to hear about my future,
Yeah.
But what year is it now? I'm just kidding.
21 is March the good time, is when everything takes off for Elli. Is that what they said?
I actually don't know, but I just remember something, which is quite funny though, because I remember this one few years back, what I was being told. I was being told very great things actually, but one thing which really made me a bit irritated is that apparently I'll be very happily married, which I'm very excited about, but
Nice.
apparently I will have difficult times with my children. I think I will be a headache to my children.
That's all right.
I'm not happy about that, because I want to be I want to have a wonderful relationship with my children.
Elli, don't worry about that. I have 2 kids. I have a 1.5-year-old daughter and a 3.5-year-old son, and they own me, and I can't seem to get through to them. I can't ever seem to scream at them. Everything changes, I'm supposed to be the bad cop, my wife's supposed to be the good cop. It never happens like that. I'm always the good cop, and I'm just like sprawled in front of them. So don't worry, you can never be bad.
No, but I actually think that I will be a pain in the ass. Because the people that I love them so much that I become so protective and so like, I'll be like, I already have a cat, my little Charles baby, and it's like, I'm worried,
Don't worry about it.
One of those who's like, Beta kaha aap? I will come and pick you up. I will, I will just be.
I have CCTV cameras everywhere, including the car. So don't worry about that. I'm also like that. And I have it on my phone, on my Wi-Fi. Yeah, so we're all like that, don't worry. But then eventually you give in to everything the children want. Anyway, so 2021, we're out there and this song's great. You've got a superstar with you. Do you ever get intimidated? You know everyone. Everyone's known you for a very long time. But when you're performing, do you sometimes feel, I need to up my game a little bit? This is Amir. Is that happening?
No, I have a tendency to intimidate people.
Really?
Yes. A lot of people who have expressed that to me.
Was Amir intimidated?
No, not Amir.
Yeah, but otherwise.
Not Amir. No, Amir is wonderful. Yeah, he's very... What I love about him is that he also really... He expresses, if he appreciates something or if he feels inspired by something or if he's like amazed by something, he will express that, which is so beautiful. This is how we should be, right?
Yeah.
Or be honest. Or if I would feel like I'm doing something bad, I also say it. And I'm very blunt in that way. Like in fact, I remember even for Fidai that I shot, which I told you have to watch.
Yeah.
So that is all like hardcore contemporary dance forms mixed with Latin and all. And in the beginning of the rehearsal, I was really bad. I was doing. The next day, I actually, because I saw my video, I had recorded myself, and the next day, I just expressed that to the director. I was like, I'm terrible. And I was like, I want to be able to live up to your vision. And if I cannot do that, then I don't even want to shoot it because it'll be embarrassing, Like I'm very harsh in that phase, in that way. It's me expressing.
But Ellie, I think that's a good thing, when you're in, it's a very good thing.
He also said this. He's like, I love the fact that you also see yourself that it is shit.
Yeah. You see, I'll tell you, Bollywood lives in a very sugar-coated world, so they don't want to see like the mirror in front of them.
Yeah, there are many people who are like, oh, wow, I'm doing this so nice and proudly. They're showcasing it. And that is beautiful. You should be happy. But we all have different types of, what do you say? What do you call it? Like
your goals and your aspirations are different.
Goals and like I will always compare myself with like the top class.
So who's top class according to you? Dance-wise, who's top class?
Who is top class according to me? See, I compare myself a lot with in Europe.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it doesn't have to be only in. So who do you like as a performer?
If we'll talk about in Bollywood?
Anywhere. Bollywood, Hollywood, anywhere.
Like Madhuri Ji is someone who, if you see every single song of hers that she has done.
Face, man. Yeah.
Everything is just perfect,
Yeah.
So it's just class.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of in terms of dancing, it's like the videos I keep on watching on it is all like from like hardcore professional dancers, trained dancers, like international.
Yeah.
That's what I compare myself with, so that's why many times I'm like, it's.
Yeah. But Ellie, those dancers are dancing 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day, year on year. They're not looking to act, they're just dancing. You've got to understand that, right?
Of course, I do have that also in the back of my head. But I want to reach that level because I know I can do it,
Wow. So now you've got this in your head. Do you know like what Elli Avram should be doing in Bollywood? Do you have like a sense? You're in this world of Bollywood. Like, do you have a sense of the kind of characters that you want to do? So, do you want to showcase this part of your, your skill a lot more? Do you want to keep it like that, or do you think you want to do character-oriented roles much more, then eventually build that up?
To be honest, I'm not someone who follows any strategy, or who is like, this is now what It's like, I'd say, an actor, an artist. performer who loves to create from my heart. So if it's something which really touches me here, which gives me joy or excitement or challenge, you know, where I know I'm getting to work on my craft, or like grow or showcase something which I have in me, which nobody yet have shown.
Yeah.
That's then what excites me. It's like that for me. And trust me, I have a lot in me which people have not seen yet.
Well, there's a lot of time to see that also. It's not like that you're at the end of the road and the good thing is there's so many mediums out there. You've got Instagram, you've got like social media, you've got YouTube, you've got the cinema, you've got big... have you sort of been watching a lot of OTT, series and films also? Have you liked a few off late as well?
I recently watched The Bridgerton, which I loved. Yeah, I want to play a character like that because I love period stuff basically.
You seem like this young, vibrant, beautiful girl with an old soul in there from the 1950s and the 60s, yeah?
That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I guess I'm a bit of an old soul. I'm a bit wild as well.
And wiser, I'd say, after 2020. The wild, old, wiser soul. I've got like 3 adjectives for you that I'm going to use the next time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a very soulful, very deep, gorgeous, fantastic dancer. So much more that we're going to look forward to with Elli Avram. But B4U Entertainment, keep watching, keep subscribing, keep liking. I'll see you soon.